Hi, how are you, my younger brothers? I'm your elder brother, Kiran Roy. Today, I'm bringing a very hard hitting subject for you that what are the signs that you are not her first option, that you are just her backup plan, basically. Because it's a normal phenomenon. Everywhere, guys are under the impression that they are her first choice, but in reality, he ends up being the fifth, sixth, or even 10th or 11th choice. So, how do you decipher where you exactly stand? How do you know whether you are indeed the first choice, whether you are indeed her first choice, or you figure out like very last on her list? Because this is of paramount importance that I've in my prior videos, also in my Hindi channel videos, also I've made it evident. I've made it clear. I've aggressively made it clear that either be the first choice of a lady or be nothing. Get the hell out of her life. But never ever lose your self respect by hanging on there when you are aware that you are just an option in her life. Never ever be the option in any girl's life. She should be obsessed with you or nothing. Nowhere in middle, nowhere in between. Because there are many simps who are aware that they are her fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth choice. Still, they hang around, still, they are waiting in the list in the hope that one day I have a chance, at least I have a chance that she might pick me up over the number where I stand today. But that is the completely weak thinking which I'm warning you against. Let the Sims do that. Sims, as it is, they have no life, and we are not here to make their life better. I am here to make my brother's life better, and I very well know that you guys are not a Sim. So, to train you, to give you complete clarity on this subject, listen to each and every point that I'm making till the very end. And if you gain anything from it, definitely consider giving a super thanks. The entire proceeds will go for charity. You can also book a 1:1 with me by DMing me on Instagram. You can definitely take the Be Charismatic course in my Hindi channel and Be Millionaire course in my English channel. And if you want to give any direct benefit to me, you can drop a 5-star rating in my Google page, which is Kiran Roy's Guitar Studio. So coming back to the video, you think you are her man. But what if you are just a maybe, not a must? Here are all the signs that you would need to know. Point number one, time. Suppose she has all the time in the world to do her reels, to do her makeup, to gossip with her friends, to chat with her friends, to go out shopping with her friends. She has all the time, but she doesn't have time for you. When you are involved, you always end up getting swamped. If that is the case, then you can take it from me in writing that you are just an option in her life. You are not her priority. Because when a girl actually considers some guy as her priority, she would be the one who would be taking the initiative to be with you. She would find ways, she would make plans, she would drop her own plans, she would create ways to just be with you. Whenever a girl is obsessed with you, she can go to any lengths. Over the course of my last 26 years, I've been in lots of relationships. I've dated many women. And one thing common with majority of them, majority, not all, but majority, was that they were obsessed with me. Because majority of the women I was with, they were from other states. They were not from Mumbai. I live in Mumbai. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, but majority were from the other parts of the country, even out of the country. So one common thing amongst most of them, as I said, was they were obsessed with me. They would take the initiative just to be with me. They would fly down to Mumbai just to spend time with me. They had no, mind you, they had no other work in Mumbai. They knew nobody in Mumbai. They had no place to stay in Mumbai. All that they were interested in is was to be with me. So just to be with me, they would fly down. They would book hotels, stay here for 7 days, 8 days, sometimes even a couple of weeks, sometimes even a month. But they would take that initiative. So my point is, if a girl is really into you, If a girl actually considers you as her first priority, she would be the one who would be taking the initiative. She would herself go out of her way just to make it happen. She would fly down if required. She will have all the time in the world to devote to you. But on the contrary, if you see, it's only you who is taking the initiative for that date. It's only you who is always asking her, can you find some time to meet me today? Can you come out for a date with me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? But you see that she is never having time for you. She's never taking the initiative to plan a date for you. She's never that happy or keen when it comes to planning a date or to meet you. Then you can take it in writing from me that you are nowhere in her priority list. You figure out like you figure out at the bottom of that list basically, because a girl, they never depend only on just one guy. They have one guy who is her first priority, then second, then third. In my Hindi channel, I've driven home my point in the form of that theory, the the airplane runaway theory. They always keep the runways clear for a safe landing, because even they are aware that they might need that emergency landing anytime. So even if they are married, don't think that if they are married they don't have that. Every woman worth their salt, all of them always have an emergency runway ready, especially if she's not married. Even a married woman has. So you can imagine that what will happen in the case of a unmarried woman. An unmarried woman have lots of runways for safe landing whenever the need arises. They always keep these runways ready so that they can always have that safe landing at a minute's notice. So if you see that she's never ever finding that time for you, then you are just one of that runway which I'm talking about, one of such runways. You are nowhere in that, you're nowhere even in the top 3, I would say. Because as I said, whenever a girl is into you, whenever she's obsessed, she will, because I've personally seen that. Whatever I'm saying is 120% from my personal experience. It is personally seen that happening whenever I was in any relationship. That it was the ladies who used to like do so much. Like they would like go out of their way. So the bottom line is either let her be obsessed with you or nothing. Never ever settle for playing. Forget the second or third fiddle. Either be one or nothing. Never even settle for two or three, because you will be getting the signs. You will easily come to know whether you are second fiddle, whether you're playing the third fiddle, whether you are fourth, whether you are seventh, eighth. And that's what's going to differentiate you from the simps, because simps are the ones who would always be happy staying at number 7, number 8, number 10. They are happy being ghosted. They operate like the scavengers. They operate like vultures, that once the main alpha male has his fill, if they have a breakup, then there are chances she might come to me. So that is their thinking. That is how they function. They think that suppose if they are aware that I am her seventh, eighth option, so they play a waiting game like the scavengers, like the vultures. They think that let the lion have his fill, and whatever morsels are left, I'll make do with that. That is exactly their mentality. They play a waiting game like the scavengers. They wait for something to go wrong with the earlier earlier priority guys. And whenever she's done with all of them, whenever I'll patiently wait for my turn, so whenever I get my chance, that time I'll see what can be done. That is the thought process they have. But that is, as you can see, that is the most stupidest and the biggest loser thought process any person can have. So never ever stick to that. Sign number 2 is just the opposite of sign number 1. You initiate everything. You are the one who is always calling. You are the one always texting. You are the one always making the plans. She is the one who just sits and enjoys. Whereas you are the one who always plans, asks her out, begs her for a date, whereas she just lives her life as per her own wishes. She is never the one to take any initiative. So if that is the case, that you are 200% just an option. Because if she's just passive, she's lying down, she's just waiting for, she's just seeing what you are doing, she's not at all showing that enthusiasm, she's just playing a waiting game, that only suggests that she's just whiling away her time with you until the real alpha arrives, even if she doesn't have one priority one. Because in majority of the cases, in majority of such cases which I've seen that whenever a girl, suppose you have a girlfriend, you guys are in a relationship, but still you get that feeling that you are her option, you are not her priority. So under such scenarios, what I have seen, that this lady, she silently harbors some feelings for somebody else, and that guy is not at all giving any attention to that girl. So under that scenario, they happen to keep that guy in her life as an option, under the hope that one day that guy's thinking may change for her. So what they do, they make do with that guy. They make do with that simp or that fifth, sixth option guy, so that she can get her fill of free dates, free dinners, free clubbing, free travel, whatever she can extract from that guy. So they keep them in their lives for getting everything for free, free dinner, free lunches, so that under the hope that one day, if that guy, if that male priority number one, whoever is the priority number one of that girl, if he changes his mind and if his heart comes for her, that would be the time when this girl will officially kick that boyfriend out, and straight away she will go towards her priority number one. So in majority of the cases, I have seen that they're already harboring some feelings for somebody else who is not reciprocating. So since he's not reciprocating, they have kept lots of other guys as a standby. So basically, as I explained to you, those standbys are nothing but the safe runways, the safe airport landings. So suppose if that guy never reciprocates her feelings, that is when she'll be choosing from the runways. Priority 2 will first get the priority, then priority 3, then 4, then 5. So suppose if you are the guy who is waiting at number 7, you can just imagine what a big disrespect, what a big disservice you are doing to your parents. It's not you whom you are hurting, it's your, just think of your parents, that whether your parents gave birth to you to see this day, that you're waiting under the wings at number 7 or 8, patiently waiting for your turn. I mean, this is the epitome of simping, and I only have pity for such people. I don't even want to waste my energy by giving them bad words, because they deserve, like, they are like the scums of the society, basically. For the sign number 3, if you see that she's excited for the world but dull for you, then 100% you're just a priority. One common thing with such girls are that whenever you text her, her replies are always dull. Whenever you call her, she will be talking in a very lackluster fashion. But whenever she's on her social media, whenever she's on her Instagram, her reels are always going to be lit. Her stories are going to be happening. Her each and every gesture on social media is going to be like super happening. But when it comes to you, she will be like, no, I'm not doing anything, I'm getting bored. I'm Her replies will lack that passion of living. So whenever you are the person who is in touch with her, only that time you will always receive evasive replies. You will listen to like lackluster replies. But you will keep wondering that whenever I am calling her or whenever I am texting her, I'm always getting such dull replies. But her social media page suggests exactly the opposite. So whenever you are presented with such a scenario, you can take it from me in writing that she considers you as just an option, that too who figures out very much at the bottom of her list, because they, as I said, they just don't have one or two options, they have many options. So if this is the case, that you are seeing that her social media is on fire, whereas her replies to you are always dull, then I'm sorry, my brother, you figure out right at the bottom of her list. Whenever you see that your girl is talking about other guys, Take it from me that this is not random. This is just her way of showing you your place. She's just showing you where you actually belong. And that is at the bottom of her priority list. That this is just their way of making it evident. Because women, they know what they want. Firstly, let me explain you that never ever think that a girl is confused. They may appear confused in front of you. They will show that they are confused, they are not sure. But right from the first meeting itself, they very well know whether they want to marry that guy or whether they want to make him a friend, whether they want to friend zone him. Whatever it is, they are very much clear in their minds. Men needs lots of meetings, lot more. They need more time basically to make a decision, whereas a woman, their instincts kick in instantly. So instantly they come to know what's going to be the status, like how they view you. They've instantly come to know whether you are going to be, whether you are there for the long haul, or whether you're just a short term fix, whether you're just a friend for her. Whatever it is, her brains gives her that exact signal. So in spite of that, if she is always talking about other guys in front of you, so you can clearly get the picture what I'm trying to say. I am clearly driving home my point that if they, as I said, they completely know if you are the one. So suppose if she knows that you are the one, then naturally there would be no room for anybody else in her talks. She would never mention anybody else because you are the one, as per the theory which I just explained to you, that they instantly come to know. But when they think that you are not that person, there is still room for more guys. She would still want to meet more guys who can take that first position in her life. That is when she will always be talking about other guys. So you are getting the clear connection what I'm trying to say. So in short, whenever you see that your girl is talking about other guys, just take it from me, guaranteed that you figure out way at the bottom of her list, and this is just her subtle way of showing you your play. Now my sign number 5 is she cancels plans last minute. If you are with a girl who constantly flakes, who constantly says, let's see, that only means that she's buying time. She is seeing whether she can have some better options for the evening. If no, then you are just her fallback option. That something is better than nothing. So she's considering you as that something. Though she's gunning for that better thing, for that real deal. But everybody does not get that better deal, not even her. So you are just her fallback option. So suppose if a girl considers you as her first priority, then whatever you say, she will directly be game for it, whatever it is. Because I've even dated women who had zero interest in rock music. I'm a rock lead guitarist, professional guitarist for that matter. So naturally, I used to take my chicks for my concerts, for my performances, for other bands' performances. I belong to the Mumbai rock circuit, so naturally, like throughout the country, I have musician friends. So naturally, whenever they are performing, I am given the first VIP pass to attend their concerts. So naturally, I used to take my girlfriends along with me. But whenever I was with a girl who was 100% into me, without even asking, without even battling an eyelid, they would say, "Yes, I'm coming. Obviously, you have to take me. I would definitely be coming. You'd better come and pick me up before time." That is the thing. Whenever a girl is into you, that she will be with you, even if you are taking her for something she has zero interest in. For example, none of my girls used to have interest in rock music. All of them were into Bollywood songs, into clubbing kind of song. Nobody was into rock. But since they were into me, they would be game for my rock concerts as well, be it mine or be it my friends. So this is the thing. But in majority of the scenarios which I have studied in the society, I see that guys, they make the plan, but their girlfriends are always like double mind. They say, let's see, I'll let you know. I will let you know by evening. Let me see. Like in the morning, suppose if you tell her that hey, today's Saturday night or today's Friday night, let's go out for a movie, let's go out clubbing. They will never readily say yes to you. They will always say, okay, let me see. Let me see. I have some work. Let me see how the day shapes up. So this is just their way of buying time, so that they have their plans. They want to do something better with their first priority guy. But since they are also not sure whether that first priority plan may actually materialize, that is why they have kept you as a bench. Basically, you are just her bench strength, so that if nothing happens on that front, that is when she will be making that safe landing with you. So if this is the case, you can take it from in writing, you're not her priority. Because a girl who considers you as her first priority, she will go out of her way instant. The moment you make the plan, she will lock it. She will say, done, dude, you don't even need to ask me second time, it's done. That's how they behave. All right. And these are the very girls who always cancels plans last minute. Because as I said, their first priority is always something else. So suppose if that first priority did not materialize, they they agreed to go out with you. So now you got ready, you made your own plans, you cancelled other plans just to go out. And right before, at the nick of time, she will say that, hey, I can't make it, some emergency has come up, I'll see you next week. Bluntly, directly, she will cancel your plan at the last minute, keeping you hanging in the lurch. So this is a very common barometer to judge that she does not consider you as her priority, because she already had plans with somebody else. But since that first priority was not giving him that assurance or that confirmation, that's why she was keeping you hanging. But at the last moment, when her first priority said yes, she conveniently cancelled her plan with you. So this is a very common phenomenon. Always stay away from such ladies. Never even see major. As I told you, a masculine, these things has never happened in the life of a masculine person. This has never happened in my entire dating career of 26 years. In fact, even more. It has never happened even once with me. But commonly, I see this happening in my 1:1 cases. All of them has faced this. I'm sure majority of you guys watching my video will also agree with what I'm saying. This will never happen with a masculine guy, because a masculine guy knows his boundaries. They will never be for example, you guys know my nature. You know, either I want everything or nothing. I will never settle for being the second or the third fiddle. You know my attitude. This is my aura. That either I want everything or I want nothing out of it. And this holds true for everything, whatever I have done in my life. In music, either I have done it fully or I did not even touch it. You will never see me doing anything in life half heartedly. I need to be the king or an outright pauper. I can never be that middle class person paying EMIs and dying one fine day. No, I cannot be that. Either I'll be right at the top or at the bottom. I can never hang in the middle like the herd followers. Now, my sign number 6 is a very crucial giveaway. No jealousy. She harbors absolutely no jealousy for you, basically. So, whenever you are in a relationship, in an actual relationship, it's but natural your girl would get jealous if you are with somebody else. For example, whenever I used to be in my relationships, even if I would spend time with my best friend, I only have one best friend, you guys must be aware of that. His name is Pratik. So, whenever I used to go out with him, the girls in question would get very much jealous. Forget being with a girl. Even if I'm with a guy, with one male best friend, they would get so jealous. But if you see that if you're if you're with a girl or with somebody else, and your girl is completely not bothered, she's least bothered, she's nonchalant, that means she does not see you as an emotional investment. She does not care about with whom you go, whom you date. Even if you happen to go out with a girl, if you see that she's having no objections, so that is not confidence, that is not at all commitment, that is not at all called being easy in her skin. No ways. It's just that she's not emotionally involved with you. Don't think that she has full confidence in me, that's why she's not getting jealous. Dude, no. Hell no. She possesses no feelings for you whatsoever, and she just considers you as her option, which figures out right there at the bottom. You're not even an option in the middle, you're right there in the bottom. I have some bad news for you. The bad news is you stand no chance. My last sign for today is you have not met her inner circle. If she has not introduced you to her friends, to her family, to her parents, to her inner circle, then it's 100% that she is undecided about you. Because throughout my dating career, I've seen only one thing in common across all these girls. Whoever was obsessed with me or whoever was completely into me, they had one thing in common. All of them would want to flaunt me. They would actually want to flaunt me, be it social media, be it in front of their parents, be it in front of their relatives. There would be festivals. Suppose throughout the year in India there is some or the other festival. So suppose if it's Ganpati, Ganesh Puja going on, they would invite me at their place and introduce me to their relatives, cousins, even parents. So they would leave no stone unturned in introducing me to their inner circle, her best friends. In fact, best friend would come first. First, the first person that I would be introduced to would be their best friends, then their close friends, then their sisters, then their cousins, then their relatives, then their parents. But they would not stop at introducing you to their inner circle, basically. But if you see that your girl is not introducing you at all to her friends, then 100% she is fully undecided about you. And I would say that don't even try, because as I gave you the analogy right at the beginning itself, they know it right from the onset whether it's you or not. If it's you, then she will go all out for you. But if she knows that you are not the one, they will push you at the bottom to keep you as that option. So I've explained you everything in proper detail. So by now you should be completely aware that whether you are the first option or you're somebody out there in the middle or somebody out there in the bottom. So if you ask me, either you have to be option number one or nothing, because these Indian mentality is that they think that even if I'm at third or fourth, at least I still have a chance. The typical Indian mentality, I am saying, the simp mentality which they have, they think that even if I am at four, even if they are aware that they are at four or five, they think that being at four or five is at least better than not having anybody at all. That is their pathetic thinking. That is their pathetic reasoning which they give themselves. They think that even if I'm at five number, even if I'm at five spot, at the number five spot, then also at least I have a chance. But if I leave her, then I'll be having absolutely zero chance. At five also I have a bit of chance, at least a 5% chance I have. But if I completely say no, I won't have any chance. So this is the common thinking which they have. So for such people, I would say go and F yourself, because I don't make content for such pathetic crap people. I make content only for masculine people. So I hope I have driven home my points. If you need any further queries or any further questions, if you have, you can feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.